Hey guys, welcome to another video, and in this video, an Aqua Chat video, we are going to talk about glass or acrylic. Which one do you like best? Before we move on, this is Chung from the Water Box, and if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if this video helps you in any way or if you just liked it. I polled you guys on the YouTube community tab as well as the Facebook group, and the results are in, and I will share them at the end of this video. But first of all, let's talk about the pros and cons about glass versus acrylic. So what do you prefer mostly? So leave a comment down below and let us know, or wait till the end of the video, so maybe we might have changed your mind here, maybe? All right, number one, cost. Now cost pretty much barrels down to that one statement like Cindy here have said, $1 per gallon. That's it. That's all she said, $1 per gallon. Now, obviously $1 per gallon, it's all glass aquariums sold from, I believe, 5 gallons to 55 gallons, maybe 75 gallons at either Petco or PetSmart. Now, yes, that is cheap, $1 a gallon. Problem is we're talking about cheap glass tanks, not about tanks like the UNS tanks. Those are gorgeous tanks, build great, but pretty much on the pricier side. Granted, when it comes to acrylic aquariums, they are more on the heftier price ranges because, well, I don't know why, because they're acrylic. So yes, this one, if you go for the $1 a gallon sale, then glass beats it. Number two, scratches. Matt says, acrylic scratches too easy. If you need to do any heavy cleaning, you're stuffed. Glass all the way. And yes, I totally agree with that. Acrylic actually does scratch easier. I can attest to that. I got like 3 large acrylic tanks, and over the time of using them, it's always scratches. Now, of course, when it comes to glass, that's a little harder to scratch as possible. However, on the flip side, when we have to repair scratches, it's a lot more easier, I find, to repair the scratches on an acrylic tank rather than a glass tank. So, does that actually balance it out, or is it prevention before maintenance? So that one, I don't know. That will go to you guys. Who wins here, glass or acrylic? Sure, acrylic scratch easier, but also easier to fix. Size does matter. That's number 3, and Vinny says, depends on the size. Any bigger than 90 gallons, I prefer acrylic. Now this is actually a preference of a lot of people, including mine. When it comes to smaller tanks, $1 a gallon sale at least goes up to 40 gallons. I rarely see 55 gallons, but then I don't like those 55 gallon tanks. They're wide, but they're narrow. You know what I'm saying? So normally I stick to anything below 40 gallons with glass, but then anything above that, I always go acrylic. One of the reasons is simply it's easier and lighter to carry a tank that size. I'm personally one of those guys that just hate bothering friends and say, hey, come over, help me lift this tank and move it across the house. It doesn't work for me. Of course, people are like, oh, why did you call me? Yeah, right. When I call you, you're always busy or whatever. Now, I've seen on YouTube some of my YouTube friends moving those really huge glass tanks, and they have to hire a crew or get like 50 friends to come over, and, they have to move stuff around with straps and those little big suction cuppy Spider-Man thingies. But of course, if you got friends and people love you, I guess that's, not an excuse. But to me, when it comes to size does matter. Size does matter. Smaller tanks, 40 gallon below, glass. Anything above that, acrylic for me. What's your thoughts? How about when it comes to the subject of DIY, when it comes to building a tank? Christopher says, the only time I can see myself going out of the way for any acrylic tank is if I made my own tank. Here again is, I think, a preference thing. To be completely honest, I think it's easier to get acrylic sheets and have acrylic sheets cut, at least by yourself if you want to go that route, rather than glass. Of course, that changes if you know a place that could cut glass. It makes it easy for you to just grab the pieces after they're cut, take it home, and silicone it together. Now that brings me to another point. Acrylic tanks, really easy to put together. All you have to use is the acrylic glue, and you just slide it along, let the capillary action just, set in, and let the acrylic set in pretty strongly. Now when you deal with glass, you got to use silicone, which I find very messy. Yes, it works. I think it's a pain in the butt, but it's messy. So you got that kind of balance there. Which one is easier to build for you? I guess it comes down again to personal preference. For me, it's acrylic tanks. And then there's always, I don't care. as Mary says here. I have both. As long as you see through it and there's fish and plants inside, I'm happy. And I guess that's the end all and be all. Beggars can't be choosers, right? If I give you a free 125-gallon acrylic tank, wouldn't you take it? Maybe, even if you're a glass guy. At the end of the day, it's all about having a tank, building that fish tank, that planted tank, that salt, reef, coral tank, or whatever you have, and enjoying it. As long as you see through it, your fish, your plants, your corals, isn't it good enough? But don't take my word for it. Here is the community poll, and this is what the results are. On the YouTube community poll, out of 336 votes, 84% for glass and only 10% for acrylic. The rest have no clue what the heck the poll's for. On the Facebook poll, out of 45 votes, 96% for glass and only 2% for acrylic. The one person that voted had no idea what the poll's for. You know what? I banned that guy, because we are a Facebook group about aquariums. You have to sign up, get approved to be in the group, and here you are not knowing what that poll's for? Something fishy. Spammer! Now, tell us your preference. Leave a comment down below and let us know, do you like glass or acrylic? And remember, we will have a random prize drawing for free punch and pie at the end. No, not really, no punch and pie, just leave a comment. Join in the fun, right? So check out all these other videos I did. Maybe one of them will interest you. Who knows? Remember, hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. And hit that like button if you liked this video. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.